gentlemen, your host for the evening, Kente Scott!
Comedy Cafe. Up in here, you in there. Thank you for coming to our Comedy Cafe virtual show. We bringing this live comedy to y'all virtually, keeping y'all safe and keeping y'all laughing. I'm your host, Kente Scott, and as always, I need y'all to share this. Let folks know, have watch parties. Tag us in it. Let folks know what we doing out here. And so we can get this funny out to everybody so folks can laugh and be safe. Because one thing we ain't letting is COVID stop us from doing this comedy and bringing it to y'all. Man, but COVID has I'm a movie buff. I love movies, but I'm running out of movies. Like I done ran through all the apps. I done ran out of Netflix. I done ran out of Hulu. I'm gonna eat now. I'm on the low end of the movie spectrum. And how do I know it? Because I'm watching bad movies all the way to the end now. Like before, when COVID was open and I had things to do, my time was valuable. When outside was open, my time was valuable. So I couldn't be just like, you know what? I'm going to spend this next hour and a half watching this bad movie. No. If it was 5 minutes in and I knew it was bad, I'd be like, man, I ain't doing this. I got things to do. My life is valuable. My time is valuable. Outside is calling me. Now, I watch a bad movie all the way to the end. Like, I watched the bad movie all the way to the end credits. Like I'll be watching the key grip and the gaffer, who paid for it. I watch the copyright. I watch all that because I ain't got nothing else to do because we still quarantined low-key here in L.A. So I watched, man, I'm going to tell you about a couple bad movies. I'm going to do a little movie review for y'all. And if y'all say I'm spoiling it for you, don't worry. It's a bad movie. You shouldn't be watching anyway. I'm not spoiling for you. I'm saving you. That's what I'm doing. I watched the movie. I like horror movies. And I also like black horror movies when they come out. I've seen Blackula. I've seen all of that, anything with a black man in it. Even when the black man died early, I watched that horror movie. All of those. I watch them all. I saw a black movie the other day called Bad Hair. Whoo, yes. Yeah, it's a bad title. You know the movie bad when the title is just as bad as the movie. The movie's called Bad Hair. And at first, I didn't know it was a horror movie. And when I saw the title, I was like, oh, this must be Spike Lee. They doing a little Good and Bad Hair thing from school days. I was like, oh, okay, it's a musical. It's not. It's not. And if you want to watch this, then don't blame me for spoiling it for you, because I'm about to spoil it for you. The movie is called Bad Hair because the movie is about a killer weave. Yeah. I let that sink in. A killer weave. Like a weave. Like, yeah, it's not even, I was like, bad hair. Okay, sometimes your hair, if you had a Jerry curl, that's bad hair. This is a weave. This is not even your hair, but it's sewn into your scalp. This is how the bad hair works. It's sewn into your scalp so tight that it makes you crazy. But here's the thing. I'm not a weave wearer, but I have had plenty of women that have had weaves in their head, and I've never seen it sewn into their soul. Like this lady was the weave witch. Let's just call her the weave witch. She was sewing the weave into the lady's hair, and she was making the lady bleed. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't understand why I would sit there and let you let my scalp bleed while you putting this fake hair in my head. You know what? I'm gonna go with this afro. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm good. So they put the fake weave in, and the weave is possessed. They don't say what it's possessed by, but somehow the weave is possessed. And the weave is possessed, but it's a witch weave and it's a vampire. Like it's possessed by a vampire spirit. I don't know, because the weave only drinks blood. Like they give us some conditioner, and the conditioner I'm like, well, that's not, that conditioner's red. That's like a pinkish color because the conditioner got blood in. The weave looks out for, like, she cuts her finger and the weave's like, ooh, a cut. Let me get that. And she don't trip that her hair is in her finger. And when she pull her hair out, it's like, nah. She never trips on it. Like, he'll never be like, hey, that's weird. Why is my weave trying to drink the blood out my finger? She'll never say this. She just like, ooh, my hair look good, girl. It's good. It's tight. It hurts. You know what? I got a concussion. It's all good. The weave kills people. Like, but she don't pass out. Like, it don't just take over her body. It kill people while she's standing there. She just like this, like, hey, can y'all please, can you stop? Come on, weave, cut it out. What are we doing here? Come on. And then she talked to the weave. Like, the weave killed the first person, and the first person the weave killed was bad. And I was like, oh, okay, I can see that happening. It's like a weave Avenger. Like, it was a weave superhero. It only killed the bad people, because it killed her landlord that was trying to have relations with her, and then it drunk her blood. And then she said to her weave, this gonna be the only one. I was like, first of all, you're not in charge of this. The weave is telling you what to do. So, but here's the thing. Everybody in the city went to the same weave shop. So it's 37,000 witch weaves walking around in New York. This is ridiculous. Like, everybody she worked with, the lady who told her, be like, go get the weave. But the only thing that killed the weave, and this is the only believable part of the movie, is water. I said, yeah, that's why they never could get the weaves wet in the first place. That's reality. That's in real life. You can't put the water in the... But when the weaves start killing people, she didn't never think, just jump in the pool. Like, just find a shower. Just do nothing. She didn't do none of that. She's like, I don't know how to get this weave out of my head. I like to tell you, don't get it wet like a gremlin. Like, it's a gremlin. You got a gremlin on your head. Jump in the water, you saving everybody. So the weave kills everybody because it's a killer weave. It's bad hair. Everybody dying from the weave. Nobody investigates all these bodies. Like, it's bodies all around New York killed by weave. They got like little fake hair. They got 2-packy $5 marks on their shoulder where the blood go in. It ain't even vampire marks. It's just old hair right here. Ain't no detective ever come around and be like, excuse me, man, can I talk to you about your weave? I don't know what you're talking about. No detectives. Nobody ever investigates the weave. The weaves kill people, leave the body. Nobody says nothing. That's the problem I had with it. Then she never got the weave wet until the end, and she was like, oh, water. I was like, you knew that from jump. That's why they said don't put no water on it. You was like, oh, I thought it was just for black girls. I thought that was it. But then I was like, oh, you know what? That is plausible. I've yet to see a black woman get her hair wet. Like, I'm not judging if you can swim or not, but y'all don't never get in the pool. So I was like, okay, that could plausibly be plausible deniability for the writer of the movie. But don't go watch this movie. It's bad. It's called Bad Hair, and it really should be called a bad movie, because that's what it is. And it's another movie I saw, and this one I thought was gonna be good because the trailer tricked me. Like, y'all ever been tricked by a trailer? Like, you ever seen a trailer like, oh, that's gonna be good, and then get to the movie like, this ain't nothing like the trailer's supposed to be. Like, the trailer fooled me, got me up in here, and like I said, we in a quarantine, so I didn't stop the movie. It's a movie called Antebellum. It was supposed, I thought it was a horror movie. I thought it was like this lady go back in time and she got to go be a slave, and all of a sudden she don't know how to act because her 2020 personality is in slavedom, and she don't know how to get out of being a slave in 1800s. No, that's not what the movie's about at all, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, if I'm spoiling it for you, that's too bad. You had a long time to watch this bad movie, so don't blame me now. It's been out for at least 2 months during the quarantine. The movie is about prominent black people that get kidnapped and taken to a farm right outside New Orleans. Like 3 miles outside New Orleans, it's a Civil War reenactment farm. In the back of that is the people have made a slave farm. And I'm like, in 2020, you saying I can be kidnapped and my Apple Watch don't tell you exactly where I am. But all of a sudden, when I get there, I just become a slave. So I go from Kente Scott to Kunta Kinte right away. Like, oh man, where are we? Right outside New Orleans. Where I can see I can see the Silver Dome. Yeah, but you a slave now. Okay, well, if you say so, sir. I guess I was gonna be busting the chiffaro if you want me to. Like, it made no sense. And this is the woman who got kidnapped is like if Angela Rye got kidnapped. Y'all know Angela Rye, the political activist, the CNN correspondent. She that popular. Like, if CNN come on tomorrow and they be like, Angela Rye is missing, nobody gonna look for her? Like, nobody gonna be like, hey, why don't you go hit the Find My iPhone? Why don't you triangulate where her iPhone was last time and let's start looking there? I learned all this stuff off First 48. Y'all ain't learned this for the movie? So the people go there, and I ain't just talking about 4 or 5 people. They got a farm full of 2020 people who think they slaves now. To the point where they not even trying to run. I'm like, first of all, they ain't even got real guns. They got muskets. Like, if they shoot once, it's going to take them 20 minutes to reload. You good. They're going to be like, kapow. Oh, I guess that one got away. That's all you got to do. But they didn't do that. Like, they literally, the whole movie, I was so mad at this movie that I almost didn't watch it to the credits. Like, I stopped. I stopped before the credits roll. I said, you know what? I'm not going to even see who was in this movie. That's how bad that one was. But I did watch it to the end. All right, Comedy Cafe. If you ain't learned nothing else today, you learn this. Don't watch bad movies all the way to the end. I gave you 2 outs on 2 of them. You ain't even got to watch them. That's from me to you. We're going to get this comedy train started. We're about to have some fun up in here, Comedy Cafe. I'm your host, Kente Scott. Let's get this rolling. Coming to the stage, real good friend of mine, straight out of Florida. You've seen him on Laugh Tracks on Comedy Central. You also seen him on I Got the Hook Up Too. Y'all, he's been here before. Y'all loved him before. You're going to love him again. Put your hands together. Show some love for my man, Dave L. Taylor!
What's up? First of all, I'd like to start off by answering everybody's question. Yes, I got this outfit in one bag. It came in one bag. It's my pajama outfit. The top matched the bottom. I figured the closer I get to 40, I can start doing stuff like this, wearing clothes that match all the way from head to toe. But I'm feeling good, man. I like to be back on stage. Lately, it's been coming to the screen because we've been doing all our shows on virtual. Now I'm coming to the stage. So I appreciate this show, Kente, man, and bringing me out. I'm happy to be here. Excited, man. I know a lot of people mad about quarantine. Quarantine has messed a lot of lives up because people don't know how to really work with quarantine. You got couples and stuff breaking up because they ain't never been home together. You know, people getting ready to strangle their kids because they ain't never been home with their kids for longer than a few hours. But I actually like quarantine because I'm saving money. I'm saving a lot of money on quarantine. You can't go nowhere, first of all. I ain't got to go to work. I don't have to drive to work. I work from home now. I don't know if y'all know, but LA gas is about $4 a gallon. So the fact that I'm staying home means that I'm saving at least $30,000 this year in gas alone. Number 2, the restaurants close. So I don't have to take my wife out for date night. We cooking at home every weekend. So I appreciate quarantine for helping me out because now we eat at home. That's another $45,000 that I saved this year alone. Number 3, the schools are closed. Schools closed. So I got a teenage daughter. Every time it's time to go back to school, I know any parent out there knows that that means back to school shopping. No back to school shopping this year because there's no school. My daughter came to me and she was like, Dad, are we going back to school shopping this year? I said, are you going back to school? She said, yeah, virtually. I said, well, we going virtual shopping then. That's what we doing. You're going to dress up a fake avatar with some fake clothes because you staying home from school this year. That's number 4. Number 5, what number am I on? Number 4? 4, the amusement parks are closed. Now, with a family, anybody with a family knows that amusement parks, first of all, you got to buy all the tickets. Disney World, that's going to cost you at least about $800 to $900 to get the family into the park. Then once you get into the park, you're going to spend another $30,000 at that park between the souvenirs, the $12 soda, and the $45 souvenir cup. You're going to spend at least $80,000 at Disney World. So I'm saving money this year. I figured if they can put us on quarantine for another year, I think I might be able to be a millionaire. I think so. I can make it happen. So I appreciate quarantine, man. I'm excited about it, and it's a great thing. I get to spend some time with my family, y'all. I got a little baby at home. My wife gave birth. We've been married for a year. My baby is about 21 months, something like that. You know, you counting months until they get to 2 years old. And so, you know, yeah, we had a baby before we got married. But the little boy, it's different when you get married and you have a child at home. You have a baby at home and some stuff that go out the door. I love my son. I love having a baby. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to sacrifice some things. You know, like having a baby, number 1, you're going to sacrifice sleep. You ain't getting no sleep. I don't care what it is. My baby does not care. It could be Saturday, 5 o'clock in the morning. He say, I know you want to sleep in, but I'm waking you up. It's time to get up. It's Saturday, 5 o'clock. You're getting up today. It don't matter. And then we live in an apartment building, and he disrespectful, because I know the people upstairs can hear the baby screaming. We're like, baby, please be quiet. You're waking up the neighbors. He's like, oh, you got neighbors? It don't matter. He gonna scream because he's a baby. He don't care. Now, another thing you're gonna sacrifice, you're gonna lose, is a clean house. My house ain't been clean since I had a baby. Every time I try to clean up, my baby get mad at me for cleaning up. I went over there and I messed around and cleaned all the mirrors, because we got these big mirrors in our closet. And my baby came by and saw the mirrors right after. And he was like, Daddy, did you notice that somebody removed my masterpiece off of this mirror? And he always eating something. He always got some kind of snack in his hand. So this time he was eating some strawberries, and they was juicy. So he was like, that's okay. I can always recreate a masterpiece. And just start wiping his hands all across the mirror, just wiping his hands across the mirror. He was like, there you go. Just another masterpiece. Let's try to keep it that way. It's like, it's crazy, man. You can't keep a clean house with a baby. Toys everywhere. You got to be careful. You can't walk in the dark, because you might kill yourself stepping on one of these baby toys. Another thing you're going to sacrifice as a couple with a baby in the house is foreplay. It's no more foreplay. Foreplay goes out the door. It becomes one play. That's all you get, one play. Every time you in the fourth quarter, you got to go for the Hail Mary. Ain't no milk in the clock. Ain't no time, game, possession. You in the fourth quarter, it's time to go. It's okay, though. I like my family. My wife ended up getting pregnant during this quarantine. So now I got another baby on the way. I have no idea what that's about to be like. I ain't never been in the house with two babies at one time. I'm struggling with the one. So y'all pray for me, please. Two babies on the way. Some crazy stuff, man. You know, it's a crazy year. A lot of stuff happening. You know, my wife was trying to make us better, though. We make each other better. And one thing she's trying to do to make me better is she decided that we was going to be vegan. And she didn't have a conversation with me. She didn't even ask me that I want to be vegan. She just came home with the groceries one day, and there was no meat. And I'm looking through the bags. I'm like, I see a lot of appetizers, but I don't see no entrees. I don't understand what's going on. And, you know, I don't know if y'all know, but vegan means you can't eat anything that comes from an animal. It's like a step further than vegetarian. So I'm talking about no eggs, no cheese. I like cheese on my eggs. How am I supposed to pull this off? I don't understand, you know. So it's a struggle being this vegan thing. But I had high blood pressure, so I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna go ahead and give this whole vegan thing a try. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you try veganism, yeah, it's called veganism because it's like you need God to pull it off. It's like a religion. If you're gonna try this vegan thing, do not do it cold turkey, because it's rough. I went about 4 weeks with no meat, and I was walking through my apartment complex one day, and I messed around and I smelled bacon. I blacked out. I woke up, I was in the apartment. I ate all day bacon. All day bacon. Can't do it cold turkey, man, it's rough. And then we both got high metabolisms. Y'all see this? Y'all see this slimness? Y'all see that slimness? You know, me and my wife started being vegan. My wife started losing so much weight. She started losing weight in the wrong places. It was like, hey, hold on. I ain't signed up for this vegan booty. I don't know about this vegan booty. It got a little too flat. It was like sagging in the back. I was like, oh. I think we're going to have to start eating some meat again, baby, because the vegan booty ain't working. Because, you know, it's eggs and everything. It's eggs in cake. You got to put your eggs in your cornbread. That's what give you the boot. That's what give our black women their voluptuousness, is all that soul food. You can't eat soul food and you a vegan. So my wife her body start changing. A vegan body is different. So anyway, we decided to meet midway, you know. Now we eat meat on special occasions, you know, birthdays and stuff like that. So, you know, now I'm at the calendar just trying to find a special occasion. I'm at the calendar just, I see right here it's Flag Day coming up. It's Flag Day. You don't think that deserve a barbecue or cookout? We can't. Somebody bar mitzvah is coming up. Is that how you say it? Bar mitzvah is coming up. You don't think we can get a Popeye's chicken sandwich to celebrate? Trying to find reasons to get some meat. Working it out, man. But family thing is going good, making it happen, and struggling out here though, man. It's crazy in these streets, man. 2020 has no chill. Has no chill whatsoever. I can't wait till 2021 come in. It's going to be a celebration because I believe it's going to be a better year. I believe it's going to be a better year. You know, I moved out here. I'm living in L.A., y'all. Like he said, I'm from Florida. Been living in L.A. for a good 7-8 years now. And it's cool. I like it. But L.A. has got one downfall. It's expensive out here. I left Florida. I had a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath house with a lake in the back. I was paying $873.27 a month. I came out here to L.A. I was like, what can $800 get me? He was like, a closet, sir. You need to get a roommate or something. I was like, this is expensive out here. It's crazy, man. And you can tell it's expensive because it's a lot of people that's homeless. It's a lot of homeless people out here in L.A., man. And they out here begging. They got creative ways of begging. I had one homeless dude, he made me think we was family. I'm walking down the street, minding my own business. He gonna scream out, tough out, hey, nephew. I was like, uncle? You know I had family out here in the streets. Then he gonna butter me up, you know, give me a compliment and try to make me feel good about myself before he begged. He was like, say, nephew, that's a nice shirt. I was like, thank you, man. He said, what kind of shirt that is? I said, guess. He say, Shine John. I say, no, man, guess. He say, what's the little man ride the horse with the stick? I said, you talking about Polo? He was like, yeah, Polo. That's what it is. I say, no, man, guess. He say, look it, brother, I'm tired of all this guessing. But here's why I really stopped you. Can you put some change in my pocket, brother? I said what we all say to homeless people when we really don't feel like giving them no money. I was like, ooh, I would, but I don't have no cash. He said, don't worry about it. I take credit. He pulled an iPhone out of his pocket and stuck a square in it. He was like, swipe right here. It's on a secure line. Don't worry, I'm going to give you a tax write-off, brother. Just put your email on there. Felt bad, man. I gave him $5 and walked away. He was like, follow me on Twitter @homeless4life. And homeless out here in these streets, man. And Hollywood is terrible, man. Hollywood is Hollywood. That's what they don't tell you. We think Hollywood is like glamorous and stuff when you don't live here. And then when you move here, people are like, you live in where? Hollywood. Why you live there? Hollywood is rough. They got some terrible street talent, too. You go to other major cities, like other major cities actually have pretty decent street talent. You know what I'm saying? You go to New York, you ever seen a little homeless dude singing love songs around the fire and stuff? You know, the homeless dude. All my life, I pray for someone like you. And I thank God that I finally found you. They were like, boy, you good. Boy, you sound just like KC. Huh? Oh, that is KC. Oh, Lord Jesus. He is out here in these streets. Y'all saw KC on Steve Harvey singing. Life, 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 life. You leave the drugs alone, y'all. That's a testament. But not Hollywood. Hollywood, our street talent is terrible, man. One day, a magician that didn't know magic ran up on me trying to do a magic trick. You ever seen a magician that don't know magic? It's pretty sad because it's everything he does. It's not impressive. He had 3 solo cups with a ball. And he was like, hey, player, come here, let me show you something. Guess where the ball at, player? Keep up now, guess where the ball at? And I'm guessing right every time. I'm just like... And nobody is impressed. He gonna get mad at me because I'm, thinking I'm raining on his shine. He like, you a magician too?
I know you must know magic. I ain't never had nobody guess right every time.
It's crazy, man. It's terrible. And I don't understand. When you go to Hollywood Boulevard, it's a lot of superheroes out there, and they ain't saving no lives. It's a lot of superheroes that ain't saving nobody. And for some reason, Spider-Man is the favorite superhero for people to dress up like. You know, that's like the step before homeless. Dress up like a superhero and beg for change. That's what they do. And I don't want some of these people out here picking Spider-Man, they don't even have a Spider-Man body. You ever seen the dude? Spider-Man, first of all, is like a teenage boy that's like 98 pounds. That's Spider-Man, you know. It's a Spider-Man out there. He at least pushing 250. He out there he like 3 months pregnant. You ain't never seen the Spider-Man out there throwing that little dirty spider web? He just out there in his Spider-Man costume. We're like, sir, you are too big to be Spider-Man. It's crazy, man. I saw one Spider-Man. He washed his costume too many times, so it wasn't even the right color. I think he might have bleached it or something. He used that cheap detergent. Because Spider-Man is red and blue. His costume was pink and green. I was like, you are AKA Spider-Man. Is that what it is? He don't throw his spider web like this. He throw his spider web like this. I'll rescue you. Crazy, man. That's LA for you, though. LA for you. That's why people live out of their cars, because it's cheaper than rent. Like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and buy a car that I want to drive, and that's my rent. I just live out of that. Get me a gym membership. I'll take a shower at LA Fitness. I'll be good to go. But, you know, got on my first movie and stuff. I know he mentioned I was on the movie. I got the hookup, too. I was on the movie. I was in the trailer and everything. You know, I'm proud of the movie. I'm proud of it. I can't say that I would do part 3, but I'm proud of the movie. It's a cool movie, and I appreciate everybody supporting black ownership, man. That's what we need to do, especially in this day and age, man. We got to support each other. But, you know, out here in LA, I try to go to church. You know, right now we all watching church on TV, which is cool for me too, because, you know, if I'm going to be honest, God say be honest, you know, I do skip offering sometimes. I skip offering sometimes because ain't no plate. There's no plate coming around, so it's kind of like, you know, I don't feel the pressure. I don't feel the pressure to give. Being at home in my living room, I'm in my bed, you know. But they got this new thing now where you can text to give, so you really ain't got no excuse. So I hope when I get to heaven, God ain't like, you know what, you know, you could have texted your offering in. You could have texted your tithe in, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and deduct one of your stones out of your crown. One of your rhinestones, because you ain't give that. But, you know, we making it, man. I grew up in church. I went to church a lot, so I don't mind being home now. I don't mind the little break, you know, because I went to church a lot. I went to church a lot. I went to church so much, even Jesus was like, y'all here again? Y'all, I thought I blessed you this morning. You here again. I went to church for stuff that wasn't even for me. You know, women's prayer. Why, I'm a boy. Why am I women's prayer, mommy? I don't understand why I got to be here. And, you know, I went to the old school church. See, new church is real cool now. They do all this, you know, theatrical stuff. You got these nice stages and stuff, you know. It's cool. You got a full band. I went to the old school church. Y'all remember the old school church? Old school church? Old school church. The old school church, you got one of them pastors that make you feel bad about all your extracurricular activities. He compared everything to your church, you know. Some of y'all out there, spending all your time on Facebook when you need to be seeking his face in the book. You ever seen one of them old school pastors that got a designated reader? He got them sitting in the front row with a Bible, and he repeat everything they say, whether it's important or not. He be stopping them up there preaching. He be like, turn in your Bibles to Genesis. Read. I don't know if he can't read or he just like to hear himself repeat somebody, but they be over there with the Bible. They be like, the Lord said, stop right there. Stop right there. The Lord said. This is God speaking in case you didn't know who it was. Read. They be like, let there be light. Stop right there. Stop right there. Let there
Be light. See, God wants you to walk in light and not darkness. Read.
You're like, hold on, Pastor, I lost my place.
Stop right there. Hold on, Pastor. I lost my place. See, some of y'all done lost your place, and you need to find it. You're like a ship without a sail. Read.
You know, old school pastor, when he get excited, it sounds like he got upset stomach. He be like, Woo, that's all my time, y'all. I am Dave Vell. Y'all can look me up, man, on any platform. If you search on like iTunes or Pandora or whatever, you can actually find some of my comedy. Dave Vell, Davell. Last name is Taylor. Thank you for your time. Holla at your boy.
All right, Comedy Cafe. Yeah, show your love one more time for my funny folks, man. They are hilarious. This is what we gonna be doing for y'all every week. Comedy Cafe, the laugh train don't stop. We're trying to bring this laughter to you every week. So please follow us, check us out on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, the church website. You know what it is. Faithful Central Comedy Cafe. I'm your host, Kente Scott. Share us with some friends. Let some friends know we bringing this laughter to y'all. In the pandemic, we making it happen. God bless y'all. Good night.